the final topic here, and I got to know where your head's at with this one because this was also a topic of yours. Is it time to crown Purdy? And I guess I got to know what the basis of the conversation is to give a full answer. So when you say crown, when I hear crown, I hear, okay, bona fide top 10 quarterback, time to push him over the top. We got to give it to him. But when you say crown, I don't necessarily know if that's what you mean. What do you mean when you say it's time? Is it time to crown Purdy? Not that you're saying it is time, but what is the actual question at hand here?
He's the man. He gets the contract extension this offseason. You keep him in as a 49er starting QB for the foreseeable future.
Well, first of all, they can't give him a contract extension this offseason. They have to wait till 3 years.
Okay, Mr. Pax. That's what
I'm just saying. But like, is he the franchise quarterback? They're like, is it time to say he's the franchise? You're done looking. Like, is that okay? That's fair. That's a fair question.
Because now it's what 11 games in a row.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, the bigger the sample size gets, the better it is.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for me, I don't.
Let me put some more stakes on it.
Okay.
Let's say you had to make the decision going at some point this season. Otherwise, you don't have a shot at him next year.
Okay. I mean, it's such a tough question because, like, is he worth Danny Dimes' money? Like, certainly, like for sure. If that's what we're talking, if Danny Dimes can get that money, but is he worth like he's the next man up to get that fat contract where he's resetting the market? No, hell no, absolutely not.
And let's not even talk about money. Let's just say the decision to make him like do you go all in on him? Let's say you have to make the decision to go all in on him or you don't get him next season.
Okay. So all in meaning I'm committing that he's the guy for, let's say, the next 5 years. So Correct. that's the option. And this is fair. I like this. This is a good way to preface it. So I'm choosing that he's the guy for the next 5 years and I can't replace him, or I'm letting him walk at the end of the season and taking whatever else I can get. Maybe that's Correct. A Kirk Cousins stopgap for a year. Maybe I'm drafting guys. Maybe. Ooh, that's a tough question, bro. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Dude. Okay. Wow. This one's got me thinking. Oh man.
And guys in the chat, that's the question. So right now you have the choice. You commit to Brock Purdy for the next 5 years.
Right now, too. It's not,
you don't get to right now. You don't get to wait till the offseason. You don't get to see if they win a Super Bowl, all that kind of stuff. Based off of his play, since he's been the starter with the 49ers, you make the choice. Is he the guy for the next 5 years? Or you decide, hey, we're not going to make that choice. But next season, no matter what happens at the end of the season, he's walking.
Oh, my gosh, dude, that's so freaking tough. I guess the question to me, because I still don't know enough, right? If it came down to money, I would say, listen, I can't do it yet. But this is a whole different scenario we're talking about, and this is what makes this interesting. I guess the question that I have to ask myself is, how long do I think I have supreme talent? Because what I can say that I feel very confident in is that Brock Purdy with supreme talent around him is probably enough. Right? Like that I think we're finding out. Like it's probably enough. So do I think over this 5-year span, I'm going to have supreme talent for at least 3 of those years? Because I got to put myself in the best position to be competitive long term. So if I think I'm going to have supreme talent for the next 3 years, then the answer is unequivocally yes. You roll with it and then hope that you continue to see improvement. If the answer is no to that, then I think the answer has to be no. I'm just trying to talk through thinking my
that's
logic
fine.
here.
That's great.
I think the answer has to be no in that scenario, because I haven't seen enough right now to definitively say Brock Purdy can carry a team when the chips are down and the talent's not around him. That I don't know the answer to. I'm not saying he can't, but I'm not sure he can either. I haven't seen it. So do I think they're supremely talented for this year and 2 years beyond that? Because the other option is this. If I don't go with Purdy, I'm probably bringing Cousins in for a year to be a stopgap and then trying to figure it out after that.
If you get Cousins, because I'm
if
sure
you get
that's
Cousins,
a lot
like
of teams.
that's what I'm going after, but there's no guarantee. Oh my gosh, bro, this is awful. Listen, quarterback play is just not good enough in the NFL to take a chance. I know that the team right now and at least next year is good. I'm going all in. I think Brock Purdy can be enough under that scenario. So if I have to make a decision right now to either cut him as soon as the season's over or make sure he's the quarterback for the next 5 years and I have zero other options, I'm going to ride with Brock Purdy. Because I just don't know what there's too many unknowns. And I know there are better quarterbacks in this league, but I know there are a lot worse quarterbacks in this league, and there's no guarantee that I find a better option. So I would have to commit under that scenario to Brock Purdy. That's a really freaking tough question.
Yeah.
Damn. Am I sweating? Am I showing that I'm sweating? That was tough, bro. Okay, what are you choosing? What are you gonna choose to do?
So for me, it's an easy answer, and I'm going with the same answer you said. I'm going with Brock Purdy, and it's because ultimately, I think we just saw with the way Jimmy Garoppolo just played for the Raiders that Shanahan has a lot to do with how these quarterbacks look.
Yeah,
and Shanahan tends to coach, just has a fit, right? Shanahan has a certain type of quarterback that his offense runs better with. Jimmy G was that type of quarterback, but Brock Purdy is even better of that type of quarterback. So I think the combination of Shanahan and Purdy for the next 5 years is going to give Shanahan a quarterback that he knows he can trust and run his system the way that he wants it run. Now, I do agree with you. Like, I think a lot of times when people get hung up on this question, Jesse, is they're like, well, if Brock Purdy was on another team, is he going to be as good?
No, for sure. Absolutely.
That isn't but that doesn't matter. Like, we're not like, we don't need to worry about him being on another team if he's that good. On this team, in this system, with this coaching staff, Brock Purdy is perfect for what we need. Now, I think your point about supreme talent is important, but I would also say the supreme talent is going to be CMC. If CMC is as long as CMC is the running back, I think that they could piece together everything else around him to be good enough, right? Because I think Ayuk will be there. Like, let's say they lose Debo. Do I think this offense will still be great with just CMC and Ayuk? I think that's a yes. Right? Because that's how much faith I have in Shanahan's system being able to make receivers look better than they are, to make quarterbacks look better than they are, and the ability of what a CMC does to make the quarterback position easy. So for me, it's an easy answer. I'm going with Purdy for the next 5 years because, like you said, man, we've been struggling trying to find that guy for some time, and I think Purdy has been the closest to that guy that we've seen in quite some time.